All right, hello and welcome back. Brett here with Clickmill.co. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you my screen, and we're going to be looking at how to identify the metrics that actually matter. Okay, and we're going to begin looking at the metrics. Now, I want to show you so that you understand. I'm going to show you my screen, how many metrics there are if you're not familiar with sort of typical data analysis here when we're looking at, say, something like uh, Google Analytics. This is a GA4 property here for Clickmill. Okay, so look, we've got 9,700 users in the last 7 days. Hold on, let's broaden this out. We'll get a 30-day time frame. That's a little bit cleaner, and that's usually what you'll look at, maybe 3 months. But okay, we got 41,000 website hits in 3 months. We've got 123 key events. Well, what does that even mean? We've got 40,000 new users. Well, what's important? New users or users? What does that mean? We got another 123 key events, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll move this on. Well, do we want to look at engaged sessions per users, engagement rate, event count, new users, views, sessions? That's just that. Let's go to e-commerce, add to cart, checkout, e-com. These are all of the, there's just tons and tons, dozens and dozens of ways to filter this information. And this is what I mean by the data hole is forever. We can come in here. I don't even know what ARPU is. What is ARPU? Average purchase, something. It's going to have to do something with average monetary purchase, something like that. But coming in here, sessions, bounce rate. Is this even important? Look at this. We have a 50% bounce rate. That's pretty high. Is that 50%? 1 and 2. What is that? Is that good? Is that bad? What does this mean for our audience? So coming over here, that's just one graph, and we didn't even barely touch it. We come over here, we've got this many people live from these countries. These are the countries that people are showing up from: United States, Nigeria, Philippines, India, South Africa. Here are the pages they're looking at. Here are the key events that they're triggering on our site. This is crazy town. And so I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, and we're going to start talking about how to begin to filter, right? You want to go through that whole account, be my guest. I'll let you assess it. But how do we filter all this information and get to the good stuff? And the first question that we have to ask, okay, and this is strategic thinking, is what is the vision of the business? What is the end goal or outcome that we're held responsible for? So for example, if as a marketing firm, we're held responsible for increasing the average ranking of articles on the search engine, well, then average page rank is a very important metric. If we're responsible for, excuse me, e-commerce sales dollars coming in, gross sales made on the website is what we're responsible for. If we're responsible for generating leads, then it's leads that we want to measure. And now, what do we look at? Do I look at time on page? Probably not. That is a far-flung, distant relative of how many people are signing up. There are a lot of things we can control very close to that sign-up point that are not going to require me to go look at all of these other lines of data. So the first thing is we're going to anchor all of our data analysis on the most important outcomes. And that's what we're going to get into in the next video. So we're going to firstly identify, what's the most important outcomes. So those are generally called key performance indicators. So what is the key indicator of good performance? And so this is not all the data. This is one thing, two things. Is it average? Like I said, average Google ranking? Is that for whatever project you're on? Does that indicate success? Or is it more e-commerce sales coming through, Shopify? So with that, we're going to identify the metrics that matter, and usually that is some type of conversion or purchase through the website that is going to indicate an increased gross profit for a business or ministry. Okay, and so for example, with many ministries, they're going to be looking for more donations. Does this increase donations? And if you can't show that, then it doesn't make sense that they're investing money into a system that has no return. So with that, we're going to identify the metrics that matter. And in the next video, I'm going to show you a way to think about the metrics that matter for any given business or ministry. And so you can visualize that. And we'll talk about how to see what's less important and how to see what's more important on the graphic. So we'll see you there as we continue to identify those metrics that matter, and it's going to be custom for every client you work with. We'll see you there.